Okay, we've moved down the line about 6 miles to Moria. I've never been here before, but this is a map of the town from 1926. No, 1928, but I haven't been able to figure out where that circled spot is, but there's supposedly nothing there any longer. But I do see where these streets are at. I was combing some more of those trash piles out there and found this. Not sure if it's worth anything, but I guess I'll add it to my miscellaneous odds and ends and make a shadow box with it maybe. That's a pretty interesting gas station, made in the 1920s or early 30s style. But as you can see, the price of gas is pretty crazy over here in the middle of the desert. Walking around looking for bottles on top of the ground. And there's one right there. How could that be? A big chief just staring us right in the face. Yeah, but I think the top is broken off. But that'll make a good drinking glass. And the paint's still good on the back too. Kind of stained over there though. But still, that's pretty cool. I think I'll bring that one home with me. Some scenery of the old Southwest. I'm sure there's some bottles behind these houses. It looks like an old-time hoarder used to live at this place. The Oasis of the West. West Texas, that is. Well, there is a big lake over here. I haven't seen it yet. Okay, a rock shop. Well, you know, there's a half a chance there'll be some antique bottles in there somewhere, so let's have a look. Alright, let's go to the lake. It sounds refreshing about now, since we're out in the middle of the dry desert. Must be an oasis to have a lake as big as what they claim this one is. It is a very dry, dusty area here. Well, there it is, part of it anyway. Yep, who would have thought something this beautiful and refreshing would be in the middle of the desert? I wish I had my fishing tackle with me. I might have to give up dirt fishing and start water fishing again. I'm getting too old to work this hard. But don't worry, it won't be for at least another year or two. The cows decided to check it out too. It's too hot even in the middle of winter, so the cows had to come down here and cool off. I was just leaving town. I got about a mile, then I saw a sign that said cemetery. And I thought, well, maybe there's a dump next to it, and sure enough, if I can get through the thorns, I see a lot of stuff up that way. Well, that's a lot different than the ant hills in North Carolina. That is a big one. I guess all the ants are hibernating. But as you can see, there's tons of trash over here. So I'll just surface on it for now, and if it looks like it has some good potential, I'll go get my tools and dig it out. Okay, I'm seeing no deposits right off the bat. This one might be worth something. Yeah, you don't see a whole lot of these style around. Of course, I've never sold any before, but theoretically there were something. And this Dr. Pepper, I don't know that I've sold any of these over the years either, but it's got that nice texturing to it, so I'll probably bring one of these home anyhow. It's a typical desert dump. All kinds of no deposits on top of the ground. There's another one. So I'm just going to cherry pick them and just keep the rare ones, if there is any, that is. seems to be plenty of these Dr. Peppers over here. And there's a nice clean example, but it's melted. I think people must have scavenged over here, but I do see another one of those Dr. Pepper grenades. So that's another score for me. I might have 20 now. Oh man, look at that, a Vest soda. Those are pretty rare, but it's got a melted neck on it. What a shame. But I think I see something valuable again. It's another one of those big no deposit Cokes. Well hidden. Yep. Tumble it for a day and probably get $35 or $40 for that on eBay. Only Texas made these, and only a certain part of the state. Looks like we got some returnable ACL sodas over here. A bunch of Tab soda. Interesting. Somebody must have thrown a whole case of them out. There's a whole bunch of them over here. Those are actually kind of scarce. I think I'll keep a few of them. I actually had a couple of these in my van that I was washing, and one of them fell over and hit the cement. I was upset because it chipped it. But now I got a whole 6-pack of them. And look at that. It's another Dr. Pepper grenade just sitting there on top of the ground. This is my lucky day for easy findings. What do you think? Should I bring this one home and saw it off and make a glass out of it? Well, the paint's a little bit messed up. I don't know. I think I'll leave it. Oh man, really? Another one? Awesome. There's a lot of these around here. I am having a good day today with the modern stuff. Another rusty Texas license plate. It's not that old, but it's still pretty solid, so probably could get $3 or $4 for it eventually. Yet another big pile of junk. What do we got for keepers in here? This one's a little cleaner than that last one. I'll keep this one instead. Yeah, there's plenty of no deposits. We got the Fanta showing up finally. When are you guys going to start realizing these are collectible? Nobody seems to want to buy them from me. I've been saving them and trying to sell them for 30 years and hardly ever sell any of them. Maybe one per year. Oh, too bad. There's one of those big 28 ounces. Don't see very many of them. You only see things like this in the Southwest. In the Southeast, you won't find hundreds of no deposits sitting on top of the ground. Maybe you would of those bigger paper label only variety, but not the small embossed type. And see, they're almost impossible to break, so they survive pretty well. That's why most of them are still intact after these 50 years. You know what this is? You know what that is? Those are pack rat nests. They like to gather up all kinds of thorny plants and trash and mound it up. I bet you if you rake through there, you'd find a rat in the middle of that. Yeah, plenty of soda bottles in the desert. This dump just keeps on going and going. And that way, we already went that way. But there's probably 500,000 bottles in this dump. No matter where I go, I'm going to get stabbed by some kind of a thorn bush. But look at the length of those ones. Oh, dang it. Somebody smashed that one. Oh well, I guess I got enough of those. But hey, is this what I think it is? It's one of the Coke bottles with the diamond design. I guess that's pretty rare. I mean, it's the only one I've seen today. Well, still most everything's broken like you would expect from a modern dump. And The good stuff seems to be harder to find over this way. I was looking over there and there were some freshly dug holes, and I was like, what? Did somebody dig here? Then I heard a bee. Then I looked and there's a bunch of bees. Do bees actually dig? I don't know, but they scare me. I hate bees. Okay, we're starting to find stuff again. And there's one of those Dr. Pepper grenades that's actually buried. Barely get it out of there. And 1 second after I turn the camera off, here's another one. Okay, is this going to be a whole debossed one? Nope. Okay, here's one of those 7-Ups. This is the older one. It's the fatter, stubbier style. That's definitely a keeper. Alright, just like an Easter egg hunt, I found another one hiding. That's a pretty clean example. Oh, dang it. A Big Chief styled like one of the Sunrise bottles. That's a pretty scarce one. I don't think I even have one in my collection. I hope some people haven't scavenged here because I'd like to find a few of them. What? Another one? And it's just laying there like that? Crazy. And that one almost eluded me. I looked at it and says, wait a minute. Is that another one of those big Coke bottles? And yes, it certainly is. Yeah. These are pretty hard to find. Pretty stained up though. But I can fix that. I got a tumbler. But who ever thought the day would come that people would bother to tumble a bottle from the 1960s? And just 2 feet away, I find this. Whatever it is. Is it some kind of a makeup container from the 50s? I don't know. Kind of cool. I might bring that home. Okay, I think I found about enough of these now. But they are quite delightful to find, actually. I just had no idea that in the year 2020 there'd be so many of these still just laying on top of the ground. Oh, another one. Come on, I got enough of these already. Oh, okay, I guess you've heard that I don't need any more of these. That's why you have a layer of tar stuck to this one. Yeah, this one would be so hard to clean. I don't know if I even want to bring it home. Jesus, Joseph and Mary, another one. And another one over here. And another one over here. Can barely get this one out of there. Okay, now I must have at least 25 of them. Seriously, another one. I feel guilty finding so many of these. And there's another one just on top of the ground. Nobody must look for bottles in this town, apparently. And another nice, clean, earlier 7-Up. Oh, the top's busted. Okay, found another one of these. I think these are 1964. It's pretty old. Then I just found a license plate. 1965, Texas. Okay, I got another sack full. So many it's about to break. And here is one of those rare Cokes, but I think somebody cracked it. Damn it. It was a nice clean one too. Why did it have to be cracked up like that? Oh, you're not going to believe what just happened to me. I went back with another empty bag to gather up a bunch more of those, and then I just kept finding more and more until the handle broke and they all came crashing down. Some broke. Then I had a hard time carrying it, but I found I had another bag in my pocket. Then I started filling that bag, and I just kept finding more and more. And then I set them down. Then I went to pick up as many as I could hold with my bare hands and sticking them in my pockets. Then I was struggling to carry as many as I could in my hands. Back to the car. Then this guy shows up and says, hey, this is private property. And I was like, oh no. I didn't know because it's not marked and it's not fenced. But then he said, well, you can keep those ones that you got, but you got to get out of here now. And I had 2 giant sacks full of them, and I had to leave them. Hundreds of dollars worth of them. Literally like 53 bottles probably were in there. So I'm having terrible luck. The same thing just happened 2 days ago when I had to fill that giant privy in and had to put most of the bottles back. Oh well, that's how it is.